guys, welcome back to Heaven's Secret, and I'm really excited to finally see more of this. This was the other two new stories I was interested in this one the most. So let's just go ahead and see how we go. So it's time to get used to the new place and learn its delights and mysteries. Okay. See, we're getting into. Oh, look at this. I want to talk to Lucifer. See, he's probably going to be a jerk too. I'm stealing my stuff. He's probably going to be just as a jerk as Dino is, but that should be fine. We'll deal with it. Alright, so it says Chapter 3, The Hardships of Student Life. Someone ran their fingers over my cheek. Was it Mimi? This is so loud in my ear. Oh my gosh. Hold up. Okay, that's so much better. I'll turn it up a little here, but whoo, that was loud. Okay. Then over my nose. The hand slowly slipped down the collarbone and shamelessly made its way under the clothes. Mimi? She was sitting on the edge of the bed next to me. Having woken me up, Mimi smiled and bent over me. My eye was instantly caught by two seductive pink ovals pointing through the thin fabric of an almost transparent bra. Wow, okay. What is even happening right now? Are all people sleepyheads like you? What time is it? Time to act. Why do people keep saying that to me? She ran her fingers playfully over my body and then with one swift move pulled the blanket off me. Mimi, what do you think you're doing? Don't be prude, Melody. Demons are pretty straightforward. If they want something, they take it. She spread my legs slightly, touched the inside of my thigh, then slowed down, waiting for my reaction. I was watching you sleep and got carried away. I understood that watching you isn't enough. I want to touch. What about the rule? Ah, the rule. Do you know why they came up with it? No. Because of the children, silly. No one will punish us for it. Is that true? Her fingers touched my panties and I started, holding my breath. Are you afraid or aroused? She pulled away a bit, letting me know she's not pressuring me into anything. I mean, I'm not afraid. I wasn't really planning on getting into things with her. I don't know, and I doubt it's something just. It could be something just casual, but I doubt it. Afraid is a bit far though. I don't want things to be awkward if I'm going after Lucy. I don't know if I should risk it. I just don't know about that, so I'm just gonna say afraid. Better said, I'm not ready. Thank you. That's better said, Mimi. Mimi backed off at once. As you wish. Are we good? Sure. It was just a suggestion, not a rape attempt. Jeez. Mimi opened the wardrobe and threw clothes at me. Get ready. What for? Since most of the demons are proud and distant, angels end up recruiting most of the unclaimed. I don't want you to become one of them. Yet none of the demons will ever speak to you if you dress like a nun. What is with these outfits? I mean, that's just boring. That's crazy. I don't even know what's going on here. Like, from with the thing up, it's fine. Well, there's some strangeness going on around here. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I should just wear this one. I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. I don't know. I like the top of this one. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. Let's see. I'm crazy. I'm just, you know what? Let's just go. Let's just go. It's crazy. Where are we going? Mimi turned around, smiling mysteriously. You'll see. Okay. Several boar demons sat on the gargoyles and looked down. They're sitting on the gargoyles. Isn't he tired? How many times is this already? Twice. Is he still flying? Yeah, there he goes. Open them again. Is Andy jumping again? Mimi stepped to the edge and fiercely looked down into the void beneath her feet. The unclaimed. You never know what they're up to. His neighbor nudged him while nodding at me. Oh, we were waiting for you. My name is 80. Sammy. A dozen demons and a couple of angels were sitting on the roof. Upon hearing my name, they started hooting wistfully. What's going on? 80 and Sammy began to circle around me, fluttering their wings impatiently. Oh, look, the noob got caught in the web. But does she have what it takes to get out of it? He shouted as if he were a motivational speech while the rest cheered him on. I'm sorry I didn't warn you. It's part of my job as a roommate. Warn me about what? I started to feel anxious and I stepped back from the edge of the roof, subconsciously guessing what they wanted from me. Someone landed skillfully on the roof just behind me. I turned around at once. Andy? You called her too? What makes her so special? She'll take the challenge like the rest. Mimi touched my shoulder and then stood behind me. Though I couldn't see her, I could still hear her. A tradition. It's a tradition, you understand? All unclaimed should jump off the roof before they learn to fly. And open their wings as late as possible, only when things get really scary. What if it's too late? You won't die, but it's going to be so painful you'll regret it. I swallowed. My first instinct was to run, then I felt like crying. Finally, I burst into laughter. You're all nuts. We entertain ourselves however we can. Let's show the noobs some support. Everyone started to root and cheer ecstatically. I realized it was a game to them, and yet I was another piece of entertainment. They didn't see the unclaimed as living beings. To them, we were nothing more than a bio-waste shaped like them. Wow. To hell with what they'll think. Open your wings the minute you jump. Did you do that? You and I are not the same. I take pleasure in it. I jump almost every day, each time shortening the distance. I'm addicted to it, and one of these days I'll pay the price. You're not an addict. That's enough talking. The crowd started to roar. Do it. Come on. Wuss. Jump already. So, what's it gonna be? I want to kind of rise above it and be like, I won't play your games, but they're just gonna push me off anyway. You know? It's like there's really no getting out of the situation at this point. And wow, that is kind of sad. They basically just kind of like bully and peer pressure all of the unclaimed. It's really ridiculous. I'll just do it. The crowd started to cheer me on. Now we're talking. Show them what you've got, Melody. She's just the same as the rest of them. I stepped to the edge and looked down. Oh. If I fail to open my wings on time, I'll plaster all over the yard. It looks like a tiny circle from up here with clumsy little dots scurrying back and forth. I swallowed again, spread my wings, and closed them back. Don't be afraid. You only die once. Thanks for the support. I smirked, trying to no avail to hide my uncontrollable angst. Let's show some support to the unclaimed. Jump, jump, jump. The crowd started to shout, whistle. Some flew up high into the sky to watch me from above and then came down to the roof again. Well, it's now or never. Okay. So are they going to kind of give me a warning, like, of when I should open my wings? And so I jumped. Keep them close. A loud scream escaped from my throat the moment I started free falling, but I immediately suppressed it. I embraced my fear. When should I open my wings? Keep them close? The imminent feeling that I was getting too close to the ground made me want to open my wings. But I fought that urge. Maybe now. I don't know. The ground was getting closer, but I was in no rush. By the time I realized it was too close. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, okay. Okay, I did that wrong. Following the blow, an excruciating pain pierced my entire body. I didn't know. Like, they gave me no indication. It was like, maybe now? I don't know. I never felt that kind of pain before. What have I done? Do I get to try again? You failed to open your wings on time. Try again. Maybe now? Open? Ground was getting closer fast, and there was no time to waste. The wings spread on my back and started to flap quickly, keeping me afloat. I was about 30 feet off the ground. Melody! And dived headfirst after me, caught my hand, and helped me raise. Damn, girl, you've got balls. The unclaimed are becoming more and more reckless. Hey, let's show the girl some support. Did you just see what she's done? The crowd started to shout, whistle, and fly triumphantly in circles. That was seriously impressive, and not even just for a first-timer. Andy's hands clung to my waist. The crowd started to disperse. Adi and Sammy sat on the roof. Mimi sat next to them and patted the spot next to her. I sat across from them. Andy followed my lead. We came up with this initiation to get to know the unclaimed better. Sooner or later, some of you will become either angels or demons. You've got everything it takes to become one of us. Or one of us. Mimi froze, listening intently to something. Gerald's lesson is about to start. Let's go. They ran along the roof and took a long jump off of it. I could hear their wings flapping. Andy and I were left alone. It's a long way down. I can help you. How? He blushed, kept silent for a while, then gathering his courage said, I'll carry you in my arms. Yeah, that's sweet, but not necessary. I can handle it, thanks. Andy was utterly overwhelmed. He stood up and ruffled his hair. Yeah, you're probably right. Sorry, dude, I'm not really interested. Should I go down with you? I'm good. He smiled and nodded, a bit askew, and then plunged off the roof. I calmly went down the stairs as if I had no wings. Gerald stood with his hands clasped behind his back. Demons, angels, and unclaimed lined up in front of him. He turned to us, looked at the roof, and grinned viciously. Have you done it again? His voice roared menacingly like a thunder. He glanced at everyone and then stared at me. Though you are new here, you've already managed to build a good reputation. I am sure you are a good girl. Take good care in your actions. Demons and even some angels might prompt you to do various things. Not all of them will have your best interest at heart. And although the school is located in the skies, this is not heaven. Do you understand? Yes. His words made me uncomfortable, but Andy cheered me up. When I got caught, I thought Gerald would kill me. I don't know how you got into his good graces, but take the win. Gerald waited for everyone to get into their places and then started to speak. Today, we will focus on energy exchange. It will teach you to understand who stands before you based on his energy alone, even if his true identity is hidden. Interesting. Can we hide our identity? Of course. You can pretend to be human, change the look of your wings, for a while, obviously. Gerald came closer and stretched his hand towards me. Our eyes are deceiving, but our feelings are not. He touched my stomach. I felt a powerful light taking over me. This is energy, and like fingerprints, everyone has his own. Great stepped away, walked along the row, and returning to his place. Oh, I was supposed to say Gerald. And returning to his place, stood still again. The energy alone will let you know the angels or demons rank. Who can name them? Someone raised a hand. Thin, graceful fingers flashed from behind the heads. I'll see. Angels and demons, hierarchy is identical. We are at the bottom of this chain. She glanced at Andy and me, disregarding the unclaimed, of course, who don't even reach this level. Following the angels and demons are the archangels and archdemons. Next to thrones, dominance, principalities, virtues, powers. Am I supposed to be writing this down? Because I don't even remember. I'm nervous about what information I'm going to need. Each higher rank rules over those below. Together they rule over heaven and hell, keeping the world order in check. At the top of the chain are the cherubs and the seraphs. Only Shefa ranks higher than them. The minute you heard the highest ranks, your heart skipped a beat. Do you know who the seraphs are? Highest order of angels? Exactly. They are closest to Shefa. Melody, your mother, is a seraphim. The first and only one of the unclaimed to ever become one. Mom, how does she manage it? That is correct, Aussie. Most likely you will never meet anyone ranking higher than the archangels and archdemons. But I'll be allowed to see my mom, won't I? They can't deny me that. I'm pretty sure they could. Unless your father is Satan. Someone on the left started to laugh, and I noticed Lucifer. He looked at Geralt with a grin, but without so much as a hint of complacency. He's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I wonder what it's like to be Satan's son. Probably not easy. Judging by energy alone, you should realize how powerful the angel or demon standing before you is. This is important, and it just may save your life. Can someone attack us? How do they say it back on Earth? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst? You should learn to fight, even if you end up never needing to. Now, I want you to feel each other's energy. Split into groups of 2 and stand face to face. Touch the one in front of you. You can embrace. Can we kiss? So be it. You and Sammy are allowed to kiss. The demon started to laugh, making AD step forward. Do you think I'm afraid? Come here. They clung to each other and kissed. Are they? Do you have a problem with that? No, it took me by surprise, that's all. Even though you're the same sex, it doesn't mean you can ignore the rule. Do not push it. This is just for the sake of the assignment. Of course it is. So, okay, they can get you for the rule. So either she didn't know what she was talking about, or she was lying. Stop the circus act. Study one another's energy for a couple of minutes, then switch partners. Okay. Mimi stood in front of me. She stretched out her hand and interlocked our fingers. I felt a weak yet sudden gush of energy. Mimi's energy tasted like sour raspberry, and it looked red. This red light blinded me for a few seconds. Should I, like, take notes on this too? Like, people's energy? I don't know. I kind of feel like I should. Sour raspberry. It's red. Okay, interesting. The red light blinded me for a few seconds. I wonder what my energy looks like to her. 80 was next, but he was fooling around and wouldn't let me get a clear reading. Frustrated, I stared at the floor until I saw a pair of different boots stopping in front of me. I looked up. That music changed, though. Lucifer stretched both his hands and, grabbing me by the waist, pulled me towards him. He was dead focused on my energy and didn't so much as look me in the eyes. I followed his example. I felt the kind of power that could easily tear my body to pieces. No man could harbor that kind of energy. But he, Satan's son, could. Lucifer possessed this kind of power and didn't brag about it. He was freakishly strong, possibly stronger than Geralt himself, but he was calm at the same time. When it was time to switch partners, Lucifer pushed me away unceremoniously. I told you he might be rude. Who does he think he is? Outrage, let it be. I'd probably just let it be. He may be Satan's son, but he acts like a spoiled brat. I'll take the high road. I backed away from Lucifer and hit my head on something. Why are people always backing into stupid stuff? I don't understand. How? I wanted to step aside, but someone grabbed me by the collar. Austie. Ouch. Not Austie? Nemesis? Turning around as much as I could, I screeched in surprise. I saw that a statue was holding me. Shurmag Shunda Da O Nin. She was shaking her head and moving, somewhat clumsily, but moving. What's going on? Nemesis, let her go. Prashaz Parth Bhavanim. She turned to the left, then to the right, looked at the sky as if trying to see something. Shefa Amal. The angels and demons parted, making way for Dino. He stepped up quickly and decisively lifted me and jerked a little, forcing the statue to let me go. Why is she talking? I don't know. Gero came up to Nemesis, held her by the shoulders, and lowered his head. Carry on with the lesson. He started to whisper something, and the statue began to shake her head viciously, resisting turning back to stone. Geralt grabbed her shoulders tighter. The statue moved increasingly more slowly until it stopped altogether. Are you ready? What? To read my energy? Oh, right. Dino came up really close, hugged me, rested his chin on top of my head. First thing I felt was warmth, nothing more than warmth emanating from his manly body. But gradually something else started to emerge, some kind of inner pivot point, great potential, and vigor. It was a different kind of strength than I felt in Lucifer. He felt entitled to it. Dino, on the other hand, cultivated the energy within. He trained and built on it. He wasn't powerful by birthright, but he was determined to change it. Dino slowly pulled away from me. Did you understand anything? The unclaimed are hard to read. At first you feel like mortals, but if one focuses hard enough, you can sense the potential buried deep inside. Doesn't sound like much. Geralt stepped away from the statue and addressed us, but would glance back at the statue every now and then. Now, I'll split you into teams. You'll have to learn each other so well that in 1 hour you can locate any member of your team by energy alone. What team am I going to be in? Geralt was calling out names, and after a while I heard mine. Well, I'm not with Aussie. There's a plus for that. I can do it with this group. Okay. Melody, Mimi, Adi, Sammy, and Andy. We separated from the rest and stood in a semicircle. I suggest we go to our hideout. Our hideout? To the Crying Virgins. That's not helping me understand any. We'd have to fly there. That's okay. Melody will learn, even before her formal lessons in flying. It's decided. Stop wasting time. Will you fly on your own, or would you like me to give you a lift? Why do you keep trying to carry me everywhere? I don't know. Do I get glory points if I do it, manage it on my own? But what if I just look stupid because I don't actually know how to fly? Like, it's one thing just turning down his romantic suggestions. It's a completely different thing, like, embarrassing myself because I don't know what to do. It might be glory points. I don't know. I'll fly on my own. Are you sure? She's not a little girl, Andy. Flap, flap, flap. Everyone took off, leaving Andy and me behind. Looked at me with compassion and took off as well. I'll stay close. Try to keep up. This should have been the first thing they taught when I got here. It should have. Like, alright, it's not that difficult. It's all about flapping your wings. Well, they did say they wanted your wings to heal. I mean, your wings did rip out of your freaking shoulder blades. Ugh. I started with light, shallow flutter, but then my flaps became stronger and more confident, and I took off. Keeping balance was the most difficult part. I flew backward, hit a cloud every now and then, and stumbled through things along the way. Maybe the demons were far ahead. Andy had to stop every so often and wait for me. We flew past the towers of the academy and descended into the caves. The landing was rough. I lost my balance, slid on my knees, and ended with an impressive faceplant. Andy helped me up while the demons applauded. Okay, that was glory. That was courageous. What is this place? Ages ago, the lowest ranks of angels and demons would come here to pray to Shefa. The legend says that once a woman came here to pray for someone she wasn't supposed to. She cried a pool of tears. After that, the statue started to cry as well, filling that pool over and over again. This place has been considered a place of sorrow ever since. I climbed the half-destroyed stairs and looked at my reflection in the water. Can I? Go ahead. I carefully submerged my hand to the water and waved left and right. The surface of the water rippled. I pulled my hand out and licked my finger. It does taste like tears. You thought we were joking? How will we get accustomed to each other's energy? We never did that before. Adi jumped onto a ledge and sat down, bending one leg under him. The best way to study energy is to see it in different shapes and forms. What do you mean? We have to make each other reveal different emotional states. Frustration, happiness, anger, excitement. By the way, take note now. 80. So what? Are we supposed to make each other angry now? Eddie jumped down and started to pace in front of us. There's a better way. Let's play Wogget. No, thank you. What's Wogget? It's a game of the fallen who've had too much glyph to drink. Glyph? One can play it sober too. What are the rules? My dear Melody, did you know that the only thing no one could change, not even Shefa, are the eyes? Eyes are the mirror of the soul, but surely you knew that. According to the rules of the game, you have to read the past of the other players by looking into their eyes. If it's something meaningful, the other player fulfills your wish. If not, you fulfill his. Doesn't sound that bad to me. Addy clapped his hands together. Wonderful, I'll start. He stepped up to me, held my cheeks with his palms, so I couldn't turn my head and pierce into my eyes. Well, I see. Miss Elena, she told you something important, something that astounded you. Stay quiet. So am I right or not? I shrugged my shoulders. Yes, I am. Just say it. Can you feel her energy? How excited she got? You owe him a wish. Fine, what's your wish? I'm a kind demon. I love passion. Kiss any one of us, whomever you want. Even yours, Amy? Why not? Andy, poor thing. I don't want to lead him on. I don't like AD or Sammy. I don't want to lead Mimi on either. I don't want to spend gems on this either. Wait, which one was AD and which one was Sammy? I've already forgotten. I think Sammy was the angel. So I guess I just kiss 80, I guess. I mean, would Sammy get mad? He probably would get mad and hate me. Well, fine. This is his game. I'll kiss Sammy. I came up to Sammy. Him? Really? There's so many fish in the sea. I stood up on my toes and kissed him briefly twice. He didn't lean into it, so I stopped trying. I'm sorry. Really not my cup of tea. 80 waved his hand. Fine, it counts. Boom. We've memorized all the shades of your energy. Moving on. Cool. For the next half hour, we try to see in each other's eyes the most exhilarating and vulnerable moments of our lives. Every so often we hear, Addie, are you into girls as well? Can't you tell? Mimi, you're in love with Lucifer? Oh my gosh. I knew that would be awkward. I just didn't know. Wow. She flared up, then went silent, and finally answered abruptly. No. Whoa, did her eyes just start glowing? Then Wayo was looking at him. His image is engraved in your eyes. 80 starts to cough and elbowed Sammy. Oh, God, they are flaring up red. Shut up, that isn't true. Who am I compared to Lucifer? I'm not even allowed by rank. Sammy, you've lost. What? It's clear as day. He looked at Mimi's face and shut up. Yes, I've lost, Mimi. What's your wish? She straightened her clothes and her hair anxiously. Still something from Angel Fincio. From his office. What? Are you punishing me for revealing the truth? Do it. I'm dead if I get caught. It's difficult to be friends with demons, isn't it? You're such a bitch, Mimi. She blew him a kiss. Chill, both of you. Maybe we should try another wish? No. Fine. Sammy ran his hand over his face as if trying to wipe off his anxiety. Be careful. He held out his hand and their fingers interlocked. I can do it. It took him one powerful flap of the wings to fly high into the air and disappear behind the cliffs. Did you memorize his energy? It's almost impossible to forget. An awkward silence hung in the air. Mimi was cleaning her feathers, running her fingers between them as if brushing them. She avoided looking any of us in the eyes. Yeah, you should feel bad. You were a bitch for just now. What the hell? As soon as we heard Sammy coming back, we jumped to our feet and stared at the sky. Did you do it? Sammy landed and straightened his disheveled hair. Come on, tell us. Instead of answering, he took something out of his pocket and threw it at Mimi. She caught it and began to examine it skeptically. The translator? You intentionally took something that Fincio doesn't value. Do I look like I have a death wish? Of course I took the most worthless item. You didn't specify it had to be valuable. Mimi shrugged her shoulders. Fine. Let me have a look. Here, take it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want my fingerprints on it. Mystical object. Take it. You should wear gloves. I studied it in my hand. Oh no, she's not wearing gloves, is she? It looks like a tiny phonograph. What does it translate? Anything you want. Right? That's what I was thinking. What the heck was she saying? What's going on? Nemesis, let her go. What language did Nemesis speak? Old Angelic? Do you know it? No, no one's really used it for a long time. When angels and demons began to work hand in hand with humans, they started to pick up on their dialects. Everything merged, so the seraphs cast a language shroud upon heaven and hell. Yeah, now whenever people land here, they speak the official language of angels and demons without even noticing it. Is that right? The same holds true for us whenever we land on Earth. Old Angelic is pretty much like Latin, a dead language. Could this translator make sense of what Nemesis said? Maybe, but why would you need it? She grabbed me, didn't you? You notice? What if she was saying something important? I doubt it. Statues usually speak nonsense. So they usually grab people like that? Nah. I want to know. Could the translator not can find out what the Nemesis statue said? I'm nervous about having a translator. Just because he doesn't care about it doesn't mean that he won't try to get me on having it. 80 shrugged his shoulders. Try. We should be getting back. I agree. The flight back was uneventful. No one was there when we returned. Where's everybody? Geralt is always late, plus we are about 10 minutes early. Well, when I was here. I do it when everybody leaves, not when people are about to arrive. I feel like this is grounds for me getting caught. I took out the translator out of my pocket. How do you use this thing? Bring it to her mouth like a loudspeaker. I stood on my toes and reached for Nemesis' head, but the statue was too tall. Then Andy lifted me up. Can you reach it? I can now, yes. I stretched my hand as much as I could. As soon as the translator touched her lips, Nemesis started to shake her head. Her whitish pupils wandered around aimlessly looking at the sky, the courtyard, and then stopped on me. For a while, she peered at my face. Finally, her lips started to move, unleashing an echoing voice from beyond the grave. Changes are coming. The day cannot last forever, but the night will be ruthless and terrifying. Your demise has one blue eye and the other red. He will come and take your peace away. He will fill the pools with blood and tears. What happened once will happen again. She returned to her previous pose and froze, as if she never moved at all. What just happened? Andy lowered me to the ground. I don't know, but it doesn't sound promising at all. Usually they speak complete gibberish. She seemed pretty articulate now. We looked alarmingly at each other. Someone's hasty steps were heard. Oh no. Geralt appeared at the entrance. He came down the stairs, disheveled and a little out of breath. The other angels and demons followed him in a line. Ah, you're already here. Very well. Regroup yourselves into several rows. He stretched his hand towards me. Melody, stand here in the center. Turn around so you cannot see who is standing where. Now, we'll call out names. Your task is to locate the person I name. Without looking, rely on energy alone. Do you understand? Yes. So where's Andy standing? I wasn't all that close with Andy and I didn't have much time. I could feel his energy among the rest, but it would fade away too quickly. I couldn't pinpoint it in the crowd. Second row, first on the right? Wrong. What about Mimi? You couldn't recognize his energy. What about Mimi? Even though we shared a room and spent a lot of time together today, I couldn't manage to memorize her energy. Mimi, well, am I supposed to just kiss and get close to all these people just so I can recognize their energy? That's very strange. You remained as a smudgy blob among her blobs just like her. I don't know. Too bad. Now Sammy. There's no context. What am I supposed to guess here? This is just stupid. Like, did I miss some sort of context I'm supposed to be reading into right now? Because, what the hell? No, that's not him. And last one, 80. This is just a guessing game at this point. This is stupid. Wrong. Bad. Very bad, in fact. Being an unclaimed, you have to work twice as hard as the birthright angels and demons to reach your level. How did I lose glory for a fucking guessing game? Are you serious? So, because I didn't sit there and make out with freaking Andy and Mimi or whatever, I can't recognize their energy, and so therefore I fucking fail. That is the dumbest shit. Okay. No, I'm not gonna take that. I guess here, since it's not a diamond option, then I'll let him help me down, I guess. Really? I broke into laughter. Why not? We got up and awkwardly tried to take the right position. Allow me. Andy bent down a bit and picked me up. His hands held me tightly. Feeling Andy's fleeting breath on my neck made me shiver. Are you cold? No. Andy stepped to the edge, spreading his wings. Though they looked even more beautiful from up close, I wanted to touch them, but I didn't dare to. We started to descend rather smoothly, but fast. Andy skillfully controlled the flow of air. I was tempted for a moment to run my hand over his cheekbones and his frowning eyebrows. My thoughts are all over the place, like cockroaches. She couldn't come up with a better description than that. I was relieved to feel the ground beneath my feet again, and Andy slowly and obviously reluctantly removed his hands from my waist. Thank you. Okay. Girl stood with his hands clasped behind his back. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and click through all of this as well. Okay, this time when he asked me about Miss Elena, I said that, yeah, I agreed that he found something meaningful, and I got an angel point. Because I told them that Miss Elena said that my mom was a seraphim. Everyone exchanged glances, but no one said anything. Can you feel her energy? How excited she got? You owe him a wish. Well, apparently, but I still owe him a wish. I think that was how it works. But anyway, let's see. Who should I kiss? Apparently even kissing Sammy and 80 doesn't help you at all. So apparently you have to spend gems. I guess I'll just, kiss Mimi. I kind of got my relationship improved with Andy, so hopefully that means something. I don't know. I guess I'll kiss Mimi, sure. I don't really like her that much, but sure. I came up to Mimi. She smiled at me cheerfully. At the same time, a sly, predatory gaze gave me goosebumps. My lips touched hers and froze half open, waiting for her to take the lead, but she wouldn't move an inch, waiting for me to do everything. Then I bit her lip, pulled her towards me, and began to kiss her as if we were alone. For a couple of seconds, Mimi resisted, but then she couldn't hold it any longer and gave in to passion. That was hot. We've memorized all the shades of your energy. Moving on. Okay, so now let me just try to get back to the test, I suppose. Okay, here we go again with the stupid test. Puts his hand towards me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Let's get this done test over again. Wasn't all that close with Andy. I didn't have much time. So apparently I don't know. I don't know where he is, so that didn't help. I knew her energy very well. Okay, so you have to do the kiss thing or whatever. I guess with Andy, if you had been really flirty with him since the beginning, a couple of episodes, then maybe you could have located both him and Mimi. Maybe. So I don't know. I don't care. As soon as I thought of her, I could feel the bittersweet taste of raspberry on my lips. Like, I don't understand. They went out of their way to describe her energy to me, which I have written down. They didn't even give me the chance to say that. And even later, when we were in the cave, when Sammy was leaving to go steal from, what's this dude, Andy even asked me if I got a read on his energy, and I said, yeah, it's impossible to forget. Then how do I not know where the fuck he is? Like, this, stupid. Simply remember her taste made me blush, I guess. First row, first on the left. Excellent. Now Sammy. He's apparently not in the second row. Yeah, I guess we just have to play a fucking guessing game, sure. Let's try that one. Nope. Last 180. Okay, he's not here. Whatever. Wrong. Bad. Very bad, in fact. Are you serious? So it's dumb. Like, it's fucking rigged. Like, you would literally have to go back, play through the first episodes, be flirty with Andy, even if you don't want to, just to not lose a glory point here. This is fucking stupid. Okay. Your mother understood that. Now you must come to understand it. Yeah, okay. I'm done. Geralt began to call forward other students to test him at the same task. I stood him in the crowd thinking about what Geralt said, and about the statue's words. All of a sudden, a deafening scream was heard coming from the sky. Everyone looked up, staring at the empty sky. Is that a seagull? It can't be. The scream repeated. This time it was louder and lasted longer. The next moment, a tiny white body flashed from behind the academy towers. It is a seagull. Mimi covered her mouth with her hands as if she was profoundly shocked. I'm guessing the barriers between Earth and wherever the hell we are slipping because of whoever the statue was trying to warn me about. What's the matter? It's just a seagull. You don't understand. A seagull above the academy is a foreboding sign. It's a black harbinger. Everyone had grim expressions plastered on their faces, but the screams continued and soon doubled. Someone shouted, "Look, another one." Screaming birds crowded the sky. Their number grew exponentially with every second until the sky was covered completely. Shefa, enlighten us. Okay, wow. Screams and screeches were heard. One by one, the birds were dropping from the sky, dead. Some of the angels and demons tried to take off, but the dead seagulls dropping from above threw them out of balance. Everyone, get inside, now. Geralt was obviously scared. Looking at his tense face, I realized this had never happened before. The falling seagulls are harbingers of not just something bad, but something truly terrible. Many had already rushed inside, but I hesitated, hypnotized by the terrifyingly black sky. What? Are you like a white person in a horror movie? What is happening? Go out of the way! Suddenly, something else began to emerge from among the tiny birds. Something large, heavy, and very much alive. It was heading straight for us. It's a Sabantra. Sabantra. What is this? Melody, run. I backed away, He said run! Nobody told you to back away and stumble. She is a white girl in a horror movie. What is happening? I don't know why you out there. As soon as I saw more than 2 birds and they told me that they were harbingers of death, I would have been gone. But I couldn't take my eyes off the bizarre creature. Finally, self-preservation instinct kicked in and I jumped to my feet trying to get inside. But the strange bird managed to fly up to me, grab me by the scruff, and throw me aside. Big surprise! I hit my head on the pavement. You deserve that. The bird immediately mounted and attacked me. She shook her muzzle as if recoiling. What's she doing? Roll over. Sabantra recoiled a bit more, then jerked at me viciously. Her open mouth revealed several rows of sharp teeth, and the back of her neck opened like a rosebud. I rolled over to the side. Sabantra's teeth dug into the ground. Melody, close your eyes. Geralt flew up, crossing his hands before him as if building up energy for an attack. The powerful blow hit the pavement, digging into it, making something from beneath come to life. Pieces of lawn scattered everywhere. Oh. I turned away and covered my face. The bird must have stepped off me because I suddenly felt lighter. Opened my eyes and saw the blood-red roots of a mysterious plant strangling the Sabantra. She shrilled heart-rendingly. Her head opened again like a bud and suddenly burst like a bubble. Geralt came to me and held out his hand. That's impossible. What is this? Sabantra. These birds live in the cave, feed on mold and unfortunate angels and demons that fall into their trap. The Sabantras are blind and afraid of sunlight. They had never ever before flown so far from their nest. Geralt turned to the Sabantra's corpse. Everyone else stared at the strange creature that even dead was frightening to them. Its limp corpse seemed to be there to warn us, saying, "Everything's changed." What? His name was written on the wall, and now everyone is talking about him. I'm confused, and I'm pretty mad about that last chapter. That test was rigged. I'm sure there might be a way to pass, maybe to not lose any glory points, but what it seems like you would have to do in order to do that is a mixture between flirting with people you don't want to flirt with, and because obviously just getting one of them isn't enough. You have to get both, and plus maybe guess right as to where at least one of those other people are. But at the end of the day, it's a guessing game, and I think that's kind of like, it's not based off of your skills at all. So then what's the point of the skills? It's like I hate games like that. So like that just really pissed me off. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep going. Malbonte, who are you? Mimi was pacing nervously back and forth. It's been 10 minutes already. Are you ready yet? Clothes were flying all over the place, onto the floor, onto the bed, and Mimi. What are you doing? Give me a second. Now, what are you wearing? Why? What is this? What? I'm not wearing that. I think that looks crazy too, but I'd rather it than the other thing. What are we even wearing? So, I'm ready. Could you be any slower? I smiled ashamedly as I went past Mimi into the hall. Another angel shouldered me, running past me. Teachers were patrolling the sky, looking with concern through the windows. The entire school is buzzing. I never saw this level of panic here. Is it actually that serious? Maybe the seagulls caught a virus and what's her name? Sabantra. And Sabantra got scared by something and left its nest. Maybe there's something ominous to it. Mimi gave me a weird look and shook her head. This isn't Earth. Everything is different here. Angels and demons crowded together in front of a wall. What's going on there? Mimi grabbed my hand and pulled me along. Elbowing a couple of onlookers on our way, we managed to squeeze through the crowd. Ouch. Mimi squeezed my wrist and dragged me towards the classroom. For a few minutes, I tried to make sense of what I saw. Someone's name was painted in red letters across the wall. I didn't quite manage to read it, but Mimi quickly put it together and was perplexed by it. What was it? Nothing. Someone is trying to scare us. Andy followed us silently. Geralt was staring through the window, trying desperately to see something in the sky. Without turning around, the demon knew exactly who had come in. Now that everyone is here, I would like to make an announcement. Andy. Laura patted the spot next to her and smiled. We sat next to her. Garrett is out of sorts today. As you are all aware, an incident took place yesterday. Rumors about the apocalypse and Malbont, I guess, are riddling the academy. Everyone started to whisper at once, louder and louder, until it turned into a collective hum. Geralt turned around, spread closed back his wings in one swift, nervous motion. Silence. Today we go down to the demon faculty. Since we have our mythology class today, I will tell you about what you all are whispering. And you will understand that it is nothing more than a myth, and there is no reason to be alarmed. What are the angels doing here? The angels are coming with us. Why? Hell isn't the place for us. Dino's voice made me turn around. He saw me but immediately looked back at Geralt. We are flying to the faculty in hell. It is as much neutral territory as the academy. I have already explained why we are doing it. Someone touched my shoulder. Hey, Unclaimed, I have a name. Bitch, don't run around calling me Unclaimed? Like, that is not a compliment from any angel or demon here at all. Don't call me that. I don't even know why you're smiling at him. Hi, Sammy. Have you ever been down there? Of course not. No. The angel's eyes sparkled. He and AD exchanged conspiratorial glances. And here we fucking go. This is gonna be fun. What are you talking about? Melody, am I boring you? Do I look like I'm talking to myself? Like... I'm sorry. I immediately turned away from the boys and lowered my head. Good girl. Stop that. Why? I want her to be bad. I kept silent and listened to the teacher. You all know where the portal is. Geralt looked through the window one more time and left the classroom in a haste. I'll meet you there. Mimi packed her things and left in a rush. Oh, I really hate going there. Laura, baby, shut your mouth. Andy, say something. Addie. Demon threw his hands in the air and burst into laughter. She's bugging me. What can I do? You can start by saying you're sorry. I'm sorry, Laura. It's the demon's nature to be mean and brutally honest. Eddie and Sammy headed for the exit. Are you coming, Melody? Not with you? I turned to Andy. She should fly with me. Addie and Sammy accosted me on both sides. Don't be afraid. We'll take good care of her. They walked me arm in arm out of the classroom, then outside the school. We went down the stairs along the rocky edge. Geez, the Unclaimed annoy me. Don't get too wound up over it. They're only humans. I'm standing right here. Oh, right. I keep forgetting you're one of them. You aren't like the rest of the Unclaimed. Your mom. I know who my mom is. Stop reminding me about her. I haven't seen her since I was a child, and now even after my death, they won't let me see her. But she's a seraphim. Do you understand what an honor that is? What's the point in the honor? I can't see her. We stepped to the edge. I started to swear. Then I shut my mouth and turned away. Addie and Sammy high-fived and burst into laughter. We did say that it'd be interesting. Are we going to jump there? Sure thing. So who's first? I'll go second. You go first. I'll go second. Alright, be careful not to hurt yourself on the cliffs. Addie went first without giving it a second thought. He opened his wings and floated in the air for a while, then dived down. To avoid touching the walls with his wings, he pressed them behind his back, and a moment later he disappeared into the fiery red abyss. Don't be afraid. I'm sure you'll make it. Sammy patted me on the back. I took a step forward, swallowed heavily. One of my feet slid and hung above the abyss. How does this shit keep happening to her? I startled, took a step back, and tried to calm my nerves. I need to calm down. I won't die twice. I closed my eyes in an attempt to calm down. It's now or never. I took a long jump. I spread my wings. The fall slowed down, and I took them in the smell of my feathers. My face was burning from the heat coming from the crack in the ground. It looked as if I'd volunteered to be burnt alive. The pit was approaching. The cliffs were edgy and sharp. I dived headfirst and pressed my wing into my body to avoid getting injured. The speed was increasing, but I tried to take my mind off of it. The walls were burning and melting. Chunks of hot coal flew off the walls and burnt into my feathers. Finally, the pit suddenly turned into an immense, cold, and empty space. I flew a little further and came upon massive doors. The landing was rough. I scratched my knees and hands. It took me several minutes to bring myself together to stand up. You're not screaming in pain, so nothing's broken. Thank you for caring. The rest of the class and Garrett were already in front of the door. Follow me and don't wander. The giant doors opened slowly with a roar. That's another thing that's stupid. It's like they didn't bother to give flying lessons yet, and yet they want us to fly down to hell. It's like, who set this academy up? Why did they even let unclaimed in? Like, unclaimed in or whatever. Why did they even let them in? Like, if they don't care about them at all, why let them in? That makes no sense. This is just stupid. I'm sorry. I'll be fine. Carol led us up the narrow hallways, up a spiral staircase with no railing, and eventually brought us into a library. Seeing those hundreds of bookshelves, at least a dozen feet high, made my head spin. This is Hell's main library. The first books ever created in our world are kept here. This is gorgeous. Gerald walked along the row of books, touching every tome's spine and taking note of the title. His hand stopped suddenly once he found what he was looking for. He picked up the book, opened it, and skipped directly to the correct page. Very well then. We're here to learn more about Melbont, alright? Many describe him as a monster with massive horns and hooves and tiny angel wings. Tiny angel wings. He's had the kind of look that hides unspeakable malice. Demon Vincesto dedicated several of his works to Melbont and provided an approximate image. Geralt turned the book so we could see it. Image of Melbont. Those wings don't look tiny. Melbont, where did he come from? You all know about the main rule. An angel cannot be with a demon and vice versa. A long time has passed since the war ended. Angels and demons started to get close, so it was inevitable that it would lead to other things. But no one could imagine the repercussions. An angel and a demon had a child, but this child was different from the rest. The day he was born was cursed. Dead seagulls fell from the sky. That's what everyone is whispering about, right? He said it sarcastically. They gave him a weird name, Melbont, which translates as good evil. Two hypostases in one being. The strength he harbored within could destroy worlds. Even as a child, he was obsessed with the idea of war between heaven and hell. It seemed to him that hell was belittled, while it should be in charge of everything. The more Geralt spoke, the louder the whispering and buzz became among the students. Soon students started to interrupt him. I heard he killed his parents and half of the angels on Christmas Day as a gift to Sheffa. I was told he got lost in Adam and Eve's maze and became so crazy that he couldn't tell what's real and what's not. Sheffa himself had to step in. I heard he killed Melbont. But Melbont isn't responsible for being born that way. He doesn't deserve to die. Would you be saying that if he had his hand on your neck? He didn't ask to be that way. The mantra of the weak. It's not surprising that you're defending him. The demons begin to make fun of my naivety. Melody is right. Sheffa couldn't kill his own creation. Someone had to. He could be locked in a dungeon. That's more humane. What dungeon? Have you been listening? He could destroy worlds. I believe that Sheffa had enough strength to lock up Melbont in a dungeon that could hold him. Sammy smiled kindly. Good job. The debating caught a second wind. Gerald raised his hand, calling for silence. There are many legends about this creature, but they are all wrong. Another wave of excitement took over the room. Gerald closed the book loudly on purpose. Everyone shut up. Melbont never existed. What about the rule? There were good reasons to enforce the rule, but it has nothing to do with monsters. The children born from angels and demons survived for only 3 hours. Every death would jeopardize the balance between heaven and hell, making us weaker. Everyone was silent. This truth seems too dull for you, doesn't it? Spreading rumors of panic is way more exciting. I never heard of Sabantras leaving their caves. Geralt wanted to answer something but hesitated, and other students started to speak even louder. When the fierce conversation came to an end, I began to examined the library. It smelled of damp, half-rotten books, but the smell wasn't repulsive. That's how history smells. Amid the rows, I saw Lucifer. He wasn't in class and seemed to have come here to read. Hey, Mimi? Yeah? Why is Lucifer not with us? Oh, he takes more advanced classes. He's light years ahead of us. Mimi gazed at him for a long while, then abruptly turned away. I wasn't the only one to notice Lucifer. I heard Laura's voice behind my back. Poor Lucifer. Why poor? As if he didn't hear about his relationship with his father. Satan, I mean. He's a devil himself. She immediately shut up, scared for being too bold, but couldn't help herself and continued. He's so strict with him. He beats the crap out of him, punishes him with extensive training, difficult even for the birthright demons. Addie cut in the middle of their conversation, smirking. The same can be said about Dino, so there's no surprise why they compete so much. I turned around towards Mimi. Such gossips. What did you think? You were created in our image and likeness. For a brief moment, I pitied Lucifer and came closer to him. Hi. He does not need your pity. That is not the way to approach him at all. He raised his head and stared at me for a while, then carried on reading. Take his book away? Both of these are really annoying. Like, why would you do this? He doesn't want to talk to you. Take the hint and leave. Jeez. There has to be a better way than this. Still, okay, I'm just whatever. It's my first time here. It's so weird and dark. Do you live here or upstairs at the academy? He excelled, obviously annoyed, and put his book aside. What do you want from me? Want from you? Can't we just talk? For a while he looked at me silently, then relaxed, leaned back in his chair, and smiled. So let's see what the unclaimed has to say to me. He said it with undisguised disdain. I don't know, let's talk about... we're definitely not talking about his father. That doesn't sound like a good idea. About you? About me? He straightened his shirt and smirked. Are you interested in me? His egotistical attitude and mockery made me fly off the handle. I can't believe I felt sorry for him. I can't believe you did either. That's not why I'm interested in him. It's not like that. It's just that self-absorbed guys like you love talking about themselves. He unconsciously shook his head, betraying his disagreement. He straightened his shirt again, but this time more nervous. It looks like you haven't learned your place in the chain of command. You're at the bottom of the food chain. You have no right to talk to me that way. Ooh, the flaring eyes. A spark flit up in his eyes and faded away. His lips trembled a bit. This time you get a free pass for your insolence, but next time you won't get away this easy. He grabbed the first book at hand and stared at it. He asked without raising his head. Are you still here? Whatever. I went back to the others without dignifying that with an answer. I don't know how she expected that to go, but that's about how I expected it to go. We'll get there. Baby steps was that. At least we did make some progress, though. Geralt got carried away talking about some rare books and didn't notice my absence. His voice was calm. In a while, it started to sound more distant. My head started to spin and I felt dizzy. I felt weak in the knees. Hey, what's wrong with you? I leaned on Mimi's shoulder, almost losing consciousness. There was not enough air to breathe. I don't know. I was taking deep breaths, and after a few minutes, the dizziness passed. How are you? Okay-ish, sort of. Mimi looked scared. That'll be all for today. Garrett opened the library door and stepped aside, waiting for everyone to leave. I wonder what that was about. We descended the old stairs and went out into the hall. As soon as we got there, Garrett was dumbfounded. He ran up to the main statue, which majestically towered in the center of the hall. Who did this? He shouted it angrily. His voice changed, became harsher, and echoed loudly. What's up? Everyone stood around the statue. One part of it represented an angel, the other a demon. It was a symbol of harmony and unity between heaven and hell. I heard there was one statue just like that at the academy. However, someone did a real number on it. The demon's face and his wings were completely destroyed, and bits of stone were scattered all over. What's this? Oh, what is that? I just noticed that thing down there. What is that? Demons began shouting and protesting. This is what happens when you allow angels to come by. Do one of the angels really do this? Oh my gosh. I didn't come here to start taking sides. Should I just stay silent? But I know that getting one of the other ones is going to give me an angel point or a demon point. Can I just build my angel and demon points another way? Like, this is kind of a tense situation. It's not right for me to just jump in and be like, oh, dang it, I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin. I don't have a coin. Forget it. Support the angels because I don't like Asti. Angels would never do that. Maybe the demons did stir up a fight. Okay, I didn't say all that shit. Like, what the hell? Oh my god. I should have stayed silent. I knew she couldn't say something smart. She had to say something dumb. Like, that's just like her. I agree, that doesn't look like the work of angels. Are you saying that only demons are capable of destruction? At times you're no better than us. Silence. Garrett waved at someone. A few demons from the faculty approached him and they began to debate. When they stopped talking, Garrett addressed all of us. You were returned to the academy. There was nothing more for you to do here. The statue made everyone nervous, almost more so than the dead seagulls. I don't like what's happening. Apparently it's going to be a fun year. Sammy cast him an angry look. Oh, there it is. This isn't funny. We looked again at that vandalized statue. Not funny. Everything that happened made me feel anxious. I went for a walk in the yard to calm my nerves and ran into Dina. Are you feeling out of place too? A bit. This is also weird. Dino crossed his arms behind his back, seemingly tense. He had a straight posture like a soldier standing in front of his commanding officer. He nodded towards the garden. Shall we go for a walk? A walk through Adam and Eve's garden? You said... Oh no, we won't go into the maze. Alright then. Oh, there's another one here. We strode past the maze and stopped in front of the half-angel, half-demon statue, just like the one destroyed back in hell. Why would anyone want to vandalize the statue? Someone is trying to undermine the relationship between angels and demons. But who might be interested in that? It's just a hunch I have. Who knows what really is going on? So he has a guess, though. Dino sat on the bench and looked at the stone face of the half-angel, half-demon. I sat next to him. For many years, I've been coming to the Statue of Harmony to pray to Shefa, but I never heard his voice. Probably he never heard mine either. Dino paused briefly, then turned towards me. What's it like to pray to God back on Earth? Were the chances of him hearing you even slimmer? Maybe praying is about getting answers, but rather about finding the hope and enlightenment needed to find a solution on your own. Dino smiled and looked at me affectionately. Maybe you're right. He got carried away by his own thoughts, then suddenly frowned and became sad. I'm sorry for that scene with Lucifer in the yard. It's fine. What's going on between you two? Dino shrugged. There are many talented angels and demons here, and everyone wants it to advance. Power. It draws everyone, like a giant magnet. Lucifer and I are considered to be the best students in the academy, which automatically makes us competitors. But it seems it's beneath Lucifer to compete against the son of a simple teacher. I have to fight for my place under the sun, and prove at every moment that I'm worthy. I think this is what's bothering him so much. He thinks I'm a show-off. Dino smiled again without a trace of malice. He took my hand, barely touching it. Thank you for the talk. I think we should go back. We spent too much time alone. They might get suspicious. Many others are spending time alone. No one's monitoring that. Still. We stood up from the bench, but I stumbled and flew into the statue. Dino caught me into his arms, preventing the fall. We froze for a couple of seconds. I gazed into his eyes, mesmerized by them. I mean, you don't have to recoil, but just step back. Thank you. I stepped back and smiled awkwardly. Were you hurt? No, I'm fine. He offered his hand to make sure I wouldn't fall again. We stepped outside the garden, smiling at my clumsiness. And that was his clumsiness. It says she flew into the statue. Like, what is going on? Like, it might be tied to the dizziness. Like, what is going on with her? I was on my way to the room when I felt dizzy again. Oh. The walls began spinning. The floor beneath my feet was shaking. There were two shadows in front of me, but I couldn't see clearly. In the next second, oh no, I fainted. Hello, sweetheart. A woman leaned over me, stroked my cheek. How are you feeling? What happened? You fainted, my dear. Why? Is that even possible? Angels and demons can also get sick, but these viruses are different from the ones on Earth. They get sick quite rarely, though. So, do I have a virus? No, don't worry. Then what is it? I sat, touching my head, and started to look around the room. This sometimes happens to the unclaimed. There's no reason to get alarmed. It's typically about not accepting your death. I froze and stared at her. What do you mean? You can't make peace with the fact that you died. Something is eating you from inside and dragging you back to Earth. That's why you fainted. She took a vial of blue powder out of her pocket. Drink this every night to silence your past and erase the memory of your death. I don't think that... She put a hand on my shoulder and carefully looked into my eyes. Trust me, Angel. This is necessary if you don't want to get into trouble. Sooner or later this will come to light and you'll be facing expulsion. Do you understand? Is that such a bad thing? I kind of don't want to be here. Do you understand? Whenever you descend to Earth, you must do it as a higher being, not a mortal. You must leave your earthly problems behind. She put the medicine in my hand. Mimi will take you to your room. You must get some rest. I don't want to take that. She flew over to another patient and spoke to him as kindly and sweetly as she had to me. Mimi came up to me and she was standing behind the curtain the entire time, so I never noticed her. Wow. She looked at me suspiciously as if I was hiding some sort of secret from her. Shall we? I'm sorry to inconvenience you. Trust me, you're the least inconvenient roommate I've had. I plopped face down on the bed and moaned into the pillow. How am I supposed to leave my life behind this quickly? That's why they gave you the potion. I don't know if I want to take it. Mimi sat down at my feet and squeezed one of them. But you have to. You were warned. My head started to spin. I closed my eyes and moaned again. I'll make you some tea. Trust me, it's nothing like the ones you have on Earth. Thank you. Mimi was making noise with the cups and blabbing about something at the same time, and suddenly I realized I knew next to nothing about her. Mimi, tell me something about yourself. What would you like to know? How's my tea coming along? Your hobby? Do you have any hobbies? Hobbies? Mimi blushed and smiled anxiously. I don't know where to start. Doesn't look that way from where I'm standing. Well, I'm listening. Whenever I'm sent to Earth alone and with plenty of time to complete the assignment, I sometimes visit theaters. I watch the actors play for the spectators. I've watched how the plots and acting skills improved over the centuries. It's truly amazing. Would you like to be an actress? Actress? Mimi blushed again. It's not in their job description. That's something humans do. But you like it nonetheless. Maybe, but I think I get bored quickly. It doesn't seem like much compared to our studies. She smiled, changed her pose and her facial expression. There she was again, the confident seductress I knew. She'd make a good actress. Tell me about your family, I guess. Let's know where you come from. I rarely see my parents. When I was a child, we spent a lot of time together. I went down to Earth with them, witnessed many historical events. I saw my mother whispering something to Hitler. I saw cities rise and fall. But then my father quarreled with another demon and lost the argument. He was in prison for a long time. My father got out, but he was no longer given so much power. I was sent to school so that I could achieve something more and not see the difficulties they had to endure. Same as humans. I was silent for a moment, and Mimi didn't say anything either. I thought that the Angels and Demons Academy was a must for everyone. No, you can choose not to go to school, unless you're unclaimed when you're forced to go to the school. But you won't get to be better, and will live forever as a low-ranked demon serving the rest. Nothing new indeed. Tell me about the tea. Almost ready. She stirred the tea a few more times and handed me a hot mug. Try it. I took a sip. The bitter taste blended in with the sweetness and then transformed into a completely unfamiliar taste. It was as if I finally acquired new taste buds and a new sense of taste. Told ya. Mimi sat on the edge of the bed. What would you say about inviting the boys over? What boys? Addie and Sammy. I don't know. Come on, you could use the distraction. I really couldn't. You want the angels and demons to see you as one of their own, right? Not really. There's nothing really great about either one of you. I'll be honest. Yes, but... Plus they always know the latest news. I'm sure you'll be interested to hear what they have to say. Not likely. New gossip, you mean? You said it, girl. Alright, let's just do it. Just get it over with. Yay. Yay. Can you, like, hear the salt in my voice? Like, the story has, like, made me so angry. I was so looking forward to the story because I was interested in where things were going. I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of, like, I'm kind of over it. But I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a try. You at least have to finish the whole season 1, at least, to try to figure out. She started to clap her hands and darted out of the room. A few minutes later, Mimi and the boys burst into the room. So, the earth is calling you? Adie jumped onto my bed and unceremoniously made me scooch over. Hey. It's fine, I'm comfortable. You don't have to worry. Truth be told, Melody, this is a serious matter. Those who don't come to terms with their deaths are expelled. Is it that bad outside of the academy? No, but the academy gives you options that the rest of the mortals simply don't have. What they're trying to say is that you'd be a complete moron having a brain fart to miss your chance here because of your past on Earth. Let's talk about something else. After all, you guys came here to have some fun. Do we look like clowns? Actually, you do. Adie threw a pillow at Mimi, but she dodged it skillfully. Also, you're a lousy shot. They started to fight as a joke, which made Sammy roll his eyes and smile. While they're fooling around, let me tell you something. He leaned over me, obviously trying to keep the others out of the loop. Every angel and demon has his own powers. No one really speaks about them. It's sort of a secret weapon. Someday you'll find your own unique talent. It's a bit harder for the unclaimed. Why are you telling me this? Dreams are my gift. Most of the time, they are allegorical and clear, but they always come true. So I had this dream a few days back. You were standing in front of a wall and writing Malbont onto it. What's that now? He peered into my eyes without blinking, trying to see whether I'm telling the truth. I looked away. I didn't want him to rummage through my memories. Did you write on that wall? No, that's nonsense. Fine, I'm sorry. Shivers ran all over my body. Why would you dream that? I don't know. I don't understand what that dream meant. Adie and Mimi got tired of fighting and rejoined you. They laid on top of Sammy and me. Ouch, you're heavy. There's another bed over there. Nice try. Don't even think of going near my bed with your dusty wings. Adie hugged me, Sammy, and Mimi at once, spreading his hands as much as he could. Melody, I feel I've known you for ages. You really don't know me. Maybe we've met back on Earth while you were still a human. That's not it. She's just one of us. Mimi and I exchanged glances and smiled. I felt genuinely happy like a child. I was one of them. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I don't like any of them. Like, at all. Like, ugh, gosh. I can't think of a single person I'd want to spend time with here. Except maybe Andy, if he's not hitting on me. Then the boys left and Mimi was long asleep, but I kept thinking things over while staring through the window. I played with the medicine bottle in my hand, spellbound, watching the powder roll in it. I don't care who killed me. I don't care who I was and who was waiting for me there. These thoughts pissed me off and enraged me. Someone killed me, and I should just leave it at that, especially now when I have so many opportunities? Not a chance. I went to the window and threw the bottle as far as I could. I kept staring at it until it became nothing but a dot in the distance, and then returned to bed. I found out who killed me, no matter the cost. I didn't want her to forget. I also didn't want her chasing us down either. But, I mean, the story's gonna be what it is. I didn't sleep well that night, and I left it a little earlier than usual. There was no one in the yard, and no one scurried back and forth in the hallway. The sky was clear, not a single fluttering angel or demon. I spread my wings and shook them, flexing each muscle. It felt so good. For the first time in a long time, I wanted to be alone. At the same time, I didn't feel devoured by loneliness. I still had some time before the lecture. I decided to take a walk by Adam's and Eve's garden, sit under the Statue of Harmony, and think about my life and my death. I would stay far away from there, especially when you're by yourself. Listen to this music. The first thing that caught my eye were the droplets of blood on the stone wings. Huh? I stopped, holding my breath. Great, and I'm the only person here with no alibi because I left earlier than probably when Mimi woke up. And of course, I'm an unclaimed, so who else would have done it? I took a few steps forward and noticed someone's legs coming up from behind a bench. A few more hasty steps. God, I screeched and recoiled. My entire body was trembling. Tears poured down my cheeks and I couldn't control them. I heard my own heartbeat and panic gradually took hold of my body. Someone's body was lying on the ground. Their position, or perhaps the rigor of the body, made it very clear that they were dead. Wait, but how? Angels and demons can't die. Is this a human? I came a little closer to look at the face. Her hair covered her face, but I still recognized the girl. Oh God, Laura. She was lying in a pool of nearly black blood. My skin dotted over in goosebumps. I suddenly realized that she was killed recently, maybe right now. The killer might still be here. A shadow flashed on the right. If I don't get outright attacked and, like, hurt, I bet you they're gonna blame me. I bet you anything. They're gonna say it's all my fault. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh man, there's another one. What has the mirror to do with Laura's murder, and what's a moral choice? Oh goodness, we have to make our first moral choice. Well, I guess our second one, maybe a more important one. Should I keep going? This video is gonna be long. This video is gonna be long. If I like cut out my rant, then maybe it'll be fine. And I don't know, like keep going maybe? I don't know, we might end it right here. I hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe you understand this, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk about this with some people. Definitely visit the Reddit chat because I'm having a difficult time enjoying this story. I don't know if it's just me. It's probably just me. I don't know. It was going so well the first 2 episodes. Right now I'm just like irked a little bit. But I guess there's a lot happening, I guess. So there has some excitement going on, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like I'm surrounded by idiots and there's no way around it. You know what really pissed me off was that stupid test thing. Like, why am I forced to be romantic with a bunch of people that I don't want to be just to pass this test and not lose glory points? Like, that's kind of trash. And then, like, they make you spend diamonds, and then for you to kiss this person, and even just the once of spinning your diamonds is not enough. So that's basically, that was like 20 wasted diamonds. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I hope that you enjoyed it. Got some enjoyment, at least enjoyment out of me being frustrated and not knowing what to do. But there's that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.